So, with pick number 7, you got Detroit. Detroit elected to go with offensive tackle Panay Sewell from Oregon. What are your thoughts on that?
Made sense. Protect golf.
I mean, it's not a sexy pick, but I say that for anybody who's going to take him. Even when Miami was considering doing it, it's never going to be the sexy pick, but you're solidifying that position for like 10 years plus. So not mad at it. Detroit has a bunch of holes. So getting something that more or less is going to be a sure bet, I'm not mad at it. And I don't know if they're too much protecting golf or whoever the future QB is going to be. So I'm not a big golf believer, but that's the topic.
I agree. It's not a sexy pick, but I don't think the Detroit Lions were coming into this draft trying to be sexy. From their head coach, he definitely wants to take out people's kneecaps or whatever he said. So bite people's kneecaps. I think that's what he said. So
I'm glad that guy
overall
not in Miami no more.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy, but in terms of head coach,
he's a little animal.
Still yet to be determined. Yeah.
Way too
yeah, great pick by Detroit. I like the fact that they're working on trenches, offensively and defensively, but we'll talk about that later. Pick 8, Carolina, elected to go with J.C. Horn, my favorite cornerback in this draft.
Love it.
Great pick by Carolina. It's gonna give Mike Evans some problems though. I believe it.
They had a lot of picks this draft where we'll get into later if we're talking about winners of the draft. But just gonna quickly say, I still believe what I said when I said they're gonna finish second in the division. This draft is putting them right in position to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Pick 9. Denver picked Patrick Surtain II, which some had mocked him to the Broncos, but definitely was happy to see that just because Dallas was not going to get Patrick Surtain II. Didn't want that man
getting and what they have now, I think this defense is getting suspicious.
Yes, that pass rush is gonna love it.
Yeah,
he's gonna eat.
Yeah, I didn't.
Might be a potential. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Oh no, he's gonna be in the candidates for defensive rookie of the year.
Didn't expect it because they addressed corner in free agency. They brought in big name free agents, free agent at corner. But one thing about the NFL is you can never have too many good cornerbacks. So love it. Again, cornerbacks kind of went in the same trend, like I said, with the receivers. The best corner went first, followed by the second corner, and so on and so forth. So not mad at that.
No bad.
I definitely wanted Mika to go there, but it is what it is. So with pick number 10, Dallas was on the clock, but elected to trade within the division to the Philadelphia Eagles at pick 12, which was a shocker.
So Jerry Jones made a deal with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
He said in 2014, he said he will never do deals in the division to make the division better. He will never do that. 2021, he traded his position to not to the Giants, not to the Redskins. No, the Washington football team. I apologize. You traded with the Philadelphia Eagles, y'all, to hate each other's guts, and y'all traded.
Well,
that's crazy.
And that just told me that they both hate the Giants more.
They do.
That's
This is basically to say, hey, screw New York. This is basically it.
And the thing about it all is who the Eagles elected to get. I think that's going to come back to bite them on the butt.
Who, Dallas?
Who, Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas. It's going to come back to bite Dallas on the butt because you're allowing. I mean, I get it. They both hate the Giants, but still, division rival.
Think about it.
I would have tried to.
Think about it this way, though. Do you want Smith with the Eagles, or you want to put Smith along with Galladay and everything they got going on in the Giants? That's probably how they looked at it too.
You're right.
That makes more sense.
You're right.
But still.
Yeah, because if Danny can actually throw
he's basically the only weapon in Philly. He gets to go to the Giants and be a headache along with the rest of what he got.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because if Danny throws the dimes that people want him to throw,
that might be them also saying like they're not scared of Hurts. You got to look at it a couple ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
that's true.
But nonetheless, yes, they did do deal with the devil. And Devontae Smith is now a Philadelphia Eagle.
And they also got a third round pick in exchange.
I like the pick. You finally got it right after 3 years in a row of messing up.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
You missed out on DK Metcalf. You missed out on Justin Jefferson. And it looked like if you didn't pull this trade off,
you were about to miss
get your receiver again. You're literally. And you know what's funny is when I seen Jamar Chase go to the Bengals, I'm like, oh, Philly. Because I knew Miami was going to take Waddle.
Oh, yeah,
Miami was going to take who, like, if Waddle somehow would have been gone before they got the pick, they would have took Smith. Like, Miami was going receiver regardless, but it's a hierarchy. You're going to take Chase. Chase not there. Okay, we're going to go Waddle. But once Chase went to Cincy, Miami took Waddle. I was like, dang, I don't know if Philly is going to make it. Because Detroit did the right thing, but they could have easily took a receiver too.
They could.
And at that point, I mean, Philly still could have got a receiver, but those were like the top 3 guys you're looking at. So, so desperate time called for desperate Badgers. They got on the phone with Dallas.
All right. Yeah.
For despair. Go ahead.
The next pick. I don't have the list in front of me. I'm just going off the dome.
Oh, the next one is well, the Giants found out they couldn't get their pick, so they traded with Chicago.
Oh,
and Chicago got Justin Fields.
Was not expecting them to trade up that far to get Justin Fields, but that was the right call.
They said we're gonna make it right, Chicago. We're gonna make it right.
Chicago fans, I know some of you guys. I mean, it's been rough. Chicago, they've been a team who's been a quarterback away for as long as I can remember, honestly, because the Bears they've generally always had a good defense. Like let's take it back far. Like even when they made the Super Bowl with Russ Grossman, if they would have had an actual quarterback, they probably would have had the Super Bowl. They've always
had their defense.
They've always
because Brian was there.
And then they had their offense, Devin Hester.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Chicago.
Matt Forte was also there too, but
I mean, they made a NFC Championship with Jay Cutler, so I guess. But all in all, though, they've always kind of needed a quarterback. So you passed on Deshaun Watson 4 years ago, moved up to pass on him, might I add, for Mitchell Trubisky. And now, once I heard them trade up to move up again, I'm like, oh, they're gonna get Matt Jones right here. They're gonna blow it. They're gonna blow it again. And then they said Justin Fields. I was like, okay, here we go. Now, whether it pans out or not, because kind of like what me and Vick talked about off camera, being real, a lot of the big name school quarterbacks don't really pan out usually, if we're being honest. Deshaun Watson might be the most recent memory,
especially for Clemson.
Yeah.
Of a big
Clemson.
Quarterback. Quarterbacks.
Yeah. Skill position players and all that. Yeah, that's cool. But if we're talking quarterbacks, like Alabama quarterbacks.
Yeah. Because AJ ain't doing nothing. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how this goes for Fields. But I do like the fit. I like that he has defense. You got Allen Robinson. Like, you got some things to work with. Andy Dalton released a statement today. And he said, they told me I was the starter. Things change, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for now.
You're the starter. You're right. QB1. Your time is numbered, though. Anyways, moving on. Number 12. Now is Dallas. Dallas come back, and now is Micah Parsons.
Great player, great pick by Dallas.
Great pick,
but
it makes sense. It makes sense.
I hate it.
I know,
Dallas,
but it made sense. It made sense. Sean Lee's out. Van Der Esch is either here and there and out. Why not?
Yeah.
Made sense.
It's a diverse player too, because he can play on the inside at middle linebacker, or you can line him up on the outside and have him rush the passer. As a lot of people were comparing him, Devin White, a little bigger, but definitely, he's versatile. So, good pick by Dallas. I hate that he had to go there. I was rooting for Denver to get him. Obviously, Denver elected to go cornerback, but I get that too. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
The Chargers got the one that we all pretty much said, Rashad Slater.
Makes sense. They got to protect my boy Herbeezy. They're off to the. I mean, they started off to the right track. Like I said, they got the protection for him. We'll talk about what they did later in the draft, addressing the defense, which was another concern all last year for them. But Rashawn Slater, that was definitely the right pick for them. Not mad at it.
Oh, man. Jets trade with Mitty. So now they got Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yeah. Hey, like this one too.
Quarterback.
Yep.
Take your quarterback.
Didn't do it for Darnold. Had him seeing ghosts, but hey.
I don't want him to be. We're the Ghostbusters. Go get protect your quarterback. I got it. Cool. Number 6. Well, I
was just saying. I had Vera Tucker going to the Chargers, but it's a really good pick for the Jets. Definitely gonna be a good guard as he's projected. So, yeah.
Number 15. The New England Patriots got Matt Jones. Makes sense. Nick Saban, Bill Belichick's real phone buddies. They run an offensive system, so Bill don't have to worry about the conduct.
That's the pipeline right there.
Yeah, man.
I believe he was the 12th player taken by Belichick.
Yeah.
And they ended up taking later on in the draft, or maybe he was 11 and somebody, because they took another Alabama player, which we'll talk about later. But this is probably the best situation for Mac Jones to be successful in the NFL, because a lot of success for especially quarterbacks, for most players, It's based on where you're gonna be, where you play, scheme, system, whatever you want to call it. That matters. Had he went to San Francisco, it's nothing against Kyle Shanahan, but I just don't think he was built for that Kyle Shanahan offense.
That's just
I think in New England though, maybe Bill Belichick will maybe be able to make him look better than what he is. Because I'm not too sold personally on Mac Jones, but I do think for him to have any type of success in NFL, this was the place for him to go. This was the best case scenario for Mac Jones was to end up in New England.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I was hoping that somebody would rob the Patriots of this, but it looks like nobody was out to rob the Patriots. I was kind of hoping a division rival like the Miami Dolphins would. Well, not try to get him, but maybe
trade with somebody.
Yeah. Well, then again, Miami's not in front of him, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just hoping somebody would trade up to. Yeah, like how
the only person, other people who would have been able in the hunt, besides Chicago, would have been
Washington.
Washington could have did it. But
Washington.
But Washington got the player that I projected to go to them. But regardless, pick 16.
Arizona got Xavier Collins from Tulsa. At first I didn't really think about it. Then I thought about, oh wait, Roderick, where he go? I was like, yeah, he's gone. So yeah, that would make sense. I forgot about Roderick. I was like, oh yeah, they didn't resign him. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good pick overall. Again, I like Arizona. They were my sleeper team last year, so I'm kind of high on Arizona. We'll talk about some things they did later in the draft that I actually like that some people scratched their head about, but I liked it.
Oh yeah,
that offense is going to be explosive to say the least, though. But we'll talk about that later on. But
yeah. I wanted, obviously, my projected pick for this one was J.C. Horn, but he went to Carolina. But Xavier Collins was another player that when we talked about the team by team drafts, players that we think that would help. Xavier Collins is one of the players that I recommended, and I'm glad that they got him. He's definitely going to help out with that linebacking core. So great pick.
Number 17 is, the Las Vegas Raiders. Got Alex Leatherwood for Alabama.
Wow.
I mean, it made sense, though. I mean, think about it. They trade all their offensive linemen away. Somebody has to protect them. Somebody has to protect Derek.
I mean, I had him as a first-round player, just not where they took him. Because when I was looking at mocks and everything, he was still available at 32 for Tampa on a lot of mocks.
Yeah.
And then on a lot of mocks, he was still available for early second. So I feel like they kind of reached because they probably would have still been able to get him and potentially in the second round. But hey, I mean, it makes sense, like Spence said. That's all I can say. But this is typical Raiders.
Makes sense.
When I heard the pick, I was kind of confused because I was like, I think he definitely would have been there. They could have traded back and got him, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You could have traded back and acquired a couple more draft picks, and he still would have been there if that's the pick you wanted to do. But y'all sat there and took him. But it fits in. He is talented. So, but yeah.
Yeah. So for me, from what I got from it, obviously it was a big shocker because, first round talent, but I thought he would go a little later. I honestly, I would have believed that he probably would have gone in the second round. But if everybody that followed the Raiders they did get a player that some of us had predicted to go to the Raiders in the first round, which, still worked itself out. Just to me, it's kind of baffling with the Raiders, especially their GM, Mike Mayock. He used to be an analyst that would do the whole pre-draft rankings and whatnot, and respected, a lot of his decision makings and his ideas. But I don't know. I guess sometimes when you get put in that GM role and get put under that fire, it just, you make some questionable decisions. But yeah, solid pick, I guess, but we'll see.
All right, so number 18, the Miami Dolphins get Jalen Phillips from the University of Miami. Yes. Love this pick.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
Anyways, the Miami Dolphins got Jalen Phillips from the University of Miami.
I know you're excited, but the fans need to be able to hear what you're saying.
Sure.
Love this pick. My boy Vernon, if you're watching, I know you wrote me when it happened. You were a little upset because you wanted Najee, but it worked out. It worked out for the best for everyone. You know why? Because Najee got to go where he belongs, and
here he goes.
And though Jalen Phillips going to Miami, get that defense right. Defense was already top 10 last year. Go ahead and just get that defense where it needs to be. We could have used the edge rusher. Now we got one. I love it. And then, we circled back and did some other things that we'll talk about in the later rounds too.
Broncos, y'all some hoes.
Yeah. Waddle, Phillips. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good. Jalen and Jalen. Welcome to the Dolphins.
Well, I definitely hit this pick on my mock. Was happy that they got him. Obviously, I would have liked the sexy picks, whether it's Najee Harris or Travis Etienne, but yeah, we'll talk about that a little later in terms of the drafts, the Miami Dolphins draft in its totality. Spence.
Let's see. The Washington football team gets Jermaine Davis from Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
I didn't really see a lot of his games, but I heard his name a lot, and especially with his tackling and mostly just pressure. So I was like, if that's the case, with the actual Washington football team and that defense already, yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Think about it. They're known for their front seven. Well, not the front seven, but they're known for their front four, more or less. Their
line.
line. So now, because when you look in the middle, they had he played for Pittsburgh at one point. I can't think of his name that they had playing that middle linebacker last year. And he's not bad, but he's like,
I don't know.
What is it? His name is slipping.
Baron Davis, I think.
It's something Davis.
Mark Barron. He used to play for the Bucks. He signed with y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, not only him though, it was another one they had in the center, the dude who had to hit on Andy Dalton. But nonetheless, there's neither here nor there. They needed somebody in the middle. Like they had like people that could kind of like feel the need, veterans, but they didn't have like that guy.
Yeah.
So now,
like Baltimore Pitts.
Yeah. So now, okay, they're starting to really cook up with that defense. Like, okay. You got that D line going. Now you start building the linebackers. I don't know, Washington. I mean,
12-5. Yes, sir.
No, I don't know, Vic. I don't know, man. I don't know. What about you, Vic?
Oh, I mean, I love it. That was another pick that I hit. One of my 5. Yeah, so happy about it. Yeah, we'll see. Next one.
The New York Giants, since they trade with Chicago, got Tony from Florida.
Loved it. Hated the fact that the Giants got him, but I like the pick.
So
Great
more
pick.
speed. So more speed. Got it.
Hey, they needed it.
True.
I know they wanted Smith, but move back, gain a little couple extra picks, and still get a pretty good receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at it at all. And then especially you think about it, that receiver core looks a little good, like looks crazy now, right? You got Galladay, Tony, you got Shepard. What's the other one? It's another receiver.
Slayton?
Huh?
Slayton?
Slayton.
Ingram.
And you picked up Ross. Then you got Ingram and Kyle Rudolph.
And you got Saquon in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You could put Saquon and Kadarius Toney because he could play running back too.
Yeah.
Hey,
come out the backfield.
Maybe that can help share the load. Maybe keep Barkley healthy a lot. Yeah,
and definitely help out with the special teams, punt return, kick return.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a real good pick. The Colts got Kuwaiti Payne, Eli from Michigan.
Good pick.
I think that's one of the ones that I had him going there, or at least on a lot of mocks, people had him going there too. Already a top 10 defense. They did have question marks as far as their edge rushers. I forgot who I can't think of the name right now. They had a departure on their D-line, so this makes sense.
Right. Go ahead and fill it. This is the one I actually got. Tennessee Titans get Caleb Farley.
Yeah,
I actually got that.
I actually
got that one right. It made sense. Their quarterbacks they have, especially even when Malcolm Butler was there, they were just not fast enough. They were just not there. They were in the area, but they just weren't fast enough to make plays around it. So this makes sense. I mean, sure, he's injured but healthy. He can make things happen, especially for that secondary that needs that. Because they lost a lot of games because of that.
Yeah, I think personally, Caleb Farley, he's going to help them out, especially in terms of like play recognition. Obviously, he's somewhat still raw, but he used to be a receiver, so he has some idea of like what quarterbacks, receivers are thinking and looking at, and he just got to work on his tackling. But outside of that, everything else, I like the pick. Has the potential to be a solid pick for them. Hopefully, a starting cornerback for them.
Okay. Yeah.
Next
I like the pick.
All right. So Minnesota took Christian Durasol.
That was, obviously the fact that they traded back, I wasn't too sure if he was going to be there, but he was actually my second favorite tackle in the draft. So,
right.
Yeah, good pick by Minnesota.
Yeah, especially where they got him at 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at number 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers got Najee Harris.
Boo.
Future Pro Bowler.
Already?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, doubt it.
Oh.
You want to bet?
No.
You want to bet that he make it before Bateman make one?
Nah, because
whoa,
hold on now.
I can make that. I like that.
I might. I'll think about it. I'll think about that.
Oh Lord.
Najee might actually finish with more receiving yards than Bateman if we want to be real. Because at least I know we're gonna throw it to him.
You want to make that bet? I'll make that bet.
Oh.
You want to make that bet?
Nah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you talking out the ass right now.
It won't surprise me though. It won't surprise me though.
Nah, okay.
I'll take the bet on the Pro Bowl though. Who get the Pro Bowl first? Definitely like that one.
Let's go.
All right, we locked in.
Dub.
Dub. All right, lock it in. Y'all heard it here first.
All right.
It's on YouTube now. Anyways, number 25, the Jacksonville Jaguars got Travis Etienne from Clemson. So now keep combos together. I mean, it's weird because Robinson had a fantastic year, but hey, like I said, dynamic duos, keep them together.
There are two different type of bats though, so it doesn't mean the end for Robinson. I don't think to be. You could have said they could have did something else that they didn't need to go running back, but when you talk about explosive, like you got to think about it. Like they're trying to build a team, but they're also trying to sell tickets. Like that's money. Urban Meyer, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Jacksonville, potentially Tim Tebow at tight end. You know, it's crazy, right? I like it. I like it for that reason. Didn't see it coming though.
Pro Bowler.
Didn't see it coming, but yeah.
Tim Tebow's gonna be a Pro Bowl tight end.
I'll be sick to my stomach.
10 years too late, man.
I'll be sick to my
converted
stomach.
10 years ago.
You should have, yeah. That's how you know it's pride. I'll be sick to my stomach if he's in the Pro Bowl. I really will.
All right. Next.
All right. At number 26, the Cleveland, the little younger brother got Greg Newsome the second.
That's who I had Pittsburgh taking, but it's a good pick by them. Didn't think they really needed that, but yeah.
You Pittsburgh didn't need to take him because we got our guy at 24. But yeah, good pick. They actually I thought about it, I was like, they didn't need it, but they did need it. If you remember last year, they had like 2 games where they had to start cornerbacks from their practice squad because everybody in the secondary was hurt last year.
Yeah.
Like they had issues with people being healthy. So I understand it. Like the Pet was hurt. Ward was like their whole secondary was beat up at a certain point last year. Like they couldn't keep people on the field. So
yeah, I mean you can never have too many DBs though. But Ward, him being back, Greg Williams, he was out last year. Dupet, he was out before the even season started. They signed Troy Hill. They got that boy, that safety from the Rams, Johnson. So I mean, they definitely have depth, even if they
try to be no fly zone. What you mean?
That resides in Baltimore.
I don't know. They on paper they might be the second team in the AFC after Pittsburgh. Because it ain't.
You mean after? No.
I might like them. I might like her to beat y'all.
No. All right. Somebody has some margaritas today.
Hey,
I don't know.
Nah, I didn't go to brunch. Sorry. No. All right, let's go, Spence. Next pick.
All right.
Go
ahead, say it, Vic. Go ahead.
Baltimore Ravens, stand up. We got Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota.
Go ahead.
Third best prospect in this draft. Love it. Yeah, let's get it. Kind of shutting them doubters down, talking about, Lamar was the problem. Lamar ain't the problem. Y'all about to see.
Oh man,
what's the point of having soldiers if you don't use them?
That was pointed towards Rick Roman.
I'm still screaming it till I see different. So you could draft all the receivers you want. If you ain't gonna throw it
top
to
15.
them. Top 15 what?
Passing.
Who? The Ravens?
Top 15 in passing. The Baltimore Ravens.
Top 15?
Top 15.
I mean, when you were 32, yeah, that's a big jump.
I said what I said. Top 15.
You want another dub on that?
You can do that.
All right, lock that in too.
Cashing in.
Cap.
All right,
that's a lot of bets on these. We didn't even know what schedules are like. Anyways.
Don't matter.
Anyways, number 28.
I know how their offense is set up. It's run first. I'm not worried.
Anyways, the New Orleans Saints got Peyton Turner from Houston.
Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit of a surprise, but I heard some rumors about him getting selected on the late round of the first round. So his stock was definitely rising. So solid pick. More of a 5 tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing too much to say about it, but
All right.
All right. Green Bay Packers got Eric Stokes from Georgia.
And they reaching for that top shelf product right there. I don't know. Like that was a reach.
Hey, I knew he was gonna sneak into the first round when I seen his 40 though, like that speed.
Yeah.
And he's not a bad player. Like if you watch his
Yeah.
tape, he's not bad. But that speed,
Hey, but
speed kills.
yeah. Hey, I mean that. Yeah.
Anyway, the Buffalo Bills get Greg Rowe from Miami.
Yeah,
Gregory Rousseau. Yes, sir. I mean, good pick.
Yeah.
That he went to Buffalo, but yeah, that is that's a great pick for them.
Yeah. Number 31. Go ahead and say it, Vic.
Yes, sir. Odofe Jason away. Got that boy that run a 4.39 and a 40.
Get away.
He's gonna be an outside linebacker
Get
/ DN. So he's gonna be putting that pressure on Big Ben, putting that boy in retirement in the Pittsburgh Steelers season. Let's get it.
Trey.
I mean, it's a great pick, great prospect. Sad that he's put on that horrible jersey though, but
there it is. I was just waiting for that. Anyways, at number 32, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got Joe Tyron from Washington.
We move.
I do it every time.
Hey, we follow our own beat on this channel, right? So we ain't gonna always follow your beat. But that being said, Joe Tryon,
yes,
at pick 32. I know we're recording. We was talking a little crap offline a little bit, but hey, so yeah, pick number 32. The Buccaneers select Joe Tryon out of. I just forgot it. Washington. Yep, Washington. I like the pick.
Nigga ain't no bust. I don't even know where he came from.
Man, hold on now. He ain't even from Tampa. I know everybody on the roster, but not personally. But you know what I mean. So yeah, it's a great pick. Somebody that's gonna be mentored behind JPP for sure, and Shaq Barrett, and you can learn a little thing about from the interior defensive line, because I see him as a 5 tech, but he can also play at the edge with Shaq and JPP. They like to move them boys around. Sometimes you see JPP or Shaq at the 3 tech position, nose tackle. So especially on the nickel, the nickel packages. So it's going to be a great situation for him to learn the game from, the technique, different pass rush moves. Solid pick, and he got that number 9 that he's rocking. So I like it. Tom Brady. That's one thing we just don't agree on, but it's all right. We're gonna do this.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they could have got anybody, really. I mean, they could have got they could have got the water boy from next door to they really could have. I mean, it's true, maybe because
drafted has been luxury at this point. It's
pretty much
picks or future starters or depth, or because is she gonna start this year? Probably not, because you still got JPP there, so he doesn't even he's not even being asked to start. He's just gonna come in and learn. Maybe he shows something in practice where they sprinkle him in every now and then, a few plays here and there, but he doesn't have that pressure. Having to come in and deliver right away. So that's a plus for a lot of these guys that they're taking, which again we'll talk about on Tuesday. We'll get more into the totalities of people's draft. They made obviously a pick later on in the second, which has got a lot of attention. We'll get into that. Some people didn't like it. Some people like it. We'll see. But more or less, they were looking towards the future with that particular pick. But again, we'll get into that later. As far as this pick, made sense. Why not? It is going to be probably one of your immediate needs because I'm not sure how old Shaq Barrett is, but I know JPP is definitely on his last.
Shaq is 28, I believe.
Yeah, so
but
he's
JPP,
not as old,
I think
but JPP, yeah. JPP is definitely on his last thumb, so to speak.
That's messed up.
No,
Right.
man.
Hey, I don't care. I said,
man. I get it, but
You flawed.
man.
You flawed, Trayy. You flawed.
Come on. We got
JPP. If you need to know what he
this
say, I
pettiness
got
is
his
just plain
address.
ignorant now.
Hey, I said what I said. Because I was gonna say he's probably on his last leg, but it was like, I gotta do it. I gotta take that shot. Anyways, but outside of that, though, overall, I don't think anybody in the first round, like, everyone did what they were supposed to for the most part. Like, even though the Raiders, we kind of questioned, you know, where they took them, it fit a need that they had. So I'm not mad at it in that from that point of looking at it. Overall, I think everybody had a good first round of the draft. Tuesday, we're gonna get into the full rounds 2 through 7 and look at overall grades, who we thought won the draft, lost the draft potentially. I don't know if there are any losers. Just for a little preview though, right now.
Broncos, y'all some hoes.
What happened?
Just want to put out Broncos, y'all some hoes. Just want to put that out there. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that hurt my feelings too.
Yeah, I just want to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they messed up your draft board for sure.
Yeah, I apologize.
They stole something from us in the second. We'll talk about it later. But without too much thought into it right now, and not obviously, I believe the 7th round is just starting now as we're about to wrap up here. So still some things happening. But off the top of my head, from what I've seen, without looking at everything, the Jets had a pretty good draft. The Browns, hate to say it, but the Browns had a pretty good draft. Dolphins had a good draft. 49ers actually had a pretty good draft. I just seen
Broncos,
their 6th round pick.
Sorry.
I mean, it's a couple. Oh, the Panthers actually, our team. They had quite a few picks where I was like, okay.
Panthers and Broncos.
Yeah, so it's a few. I might have us come in here and give like our top 10 on Tuesday as far as like draft winners lose, like, so your top 10. I guess we'll put them in order from 1 to 10 who we thought had the best draft, top 10, and then we could do like we could do bottom 5, like who you think had the worst draft. So yeah, I think that's how we're gonna rock it out.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's definitely got to be in that.
I wasn't even trying to be biased, but I pretty much like all our draft picks. We hit on needs. The only thing I didn't see that we drafted that is a need, we did not take a corner so far from what I've seen, but outside of that, and maybe there's hope that we'll bring Steven Nelson back. I didn't see him sign with anybody. But what about y'all? Anything else?
I love the Ravens draft, so we'll talk about that more.
No, not really.
Ravens top 15 passing upcoming season.
Oh God.
We already made the bet, so you don't got to keep saying it to try to.
We're good. You
don't got to keep saying it. Try to like convince yourself that's.
He's trying to lie to yourself, man.
So y'all gonna go from 30. You're gonna go from 32 to 15. You know how big of a jump that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
God, I can't wait for the schedules to come out.
Yeah. I can't wait for the season to start.
Well, you already know how it works. We usually play them kind of early.
Pause back, y'all. Anyways, yeah, I'm good.
And then we play them around Thanksgiving or Christmas. Like that's a given. Like it's prime time, baby. That's prime time football. Watching us smack them in the mouth. That's what people like to see. Prime time football.
It keeps the people going.
It gets the people going. Smacking the Ravens in the mouth over Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner. That's what people like. Yeah, they love that. Ain't that right, Vic?
Definitely not.
Like we swept.
Oh man, I can imagine. Give it.
Hey, you still got them brooms?
Oh man. Anyways,
you still got them brooms from last year? You're gonna need them again. All right.
You good, man?
He's
good.
He's speechless. He just looked at our draft roster. He looked at what we did. He's like, wow. He's like they swept us last year. Imagine what they're gonna do this year. They swept us last year. Imagine what they're gonna do to us now.
Oh.
Not intending that.
Season two, it's gonna be great. The picks that we gotta make. Oh man.
All right, but check this out. You've heard what we had to say. You can agree, or like Vic, you can disagree and be a loser. But at the end of the day, all takes are valid.
Yes, sir.